What's up? Welcome back to my channel. Thank you for joining me today. I have a few things I want to show you guys, so let's just get into today's video. Don't forget that you can check out my website at plantlovingjay.com. The link is in the description, and also some of the items that I have on my shop are linked below. So let's get into today's video.
I was like glacier, pretty like great chasing. I've become complacent. Nocturnal operations, my God, it feels amazing.
I ordered something from Home Depot and I just want to go ahead and unbox it with you guys and see what I got. I'm really excited to get this item because it's something I've been wanting to get for some time, and I really didn't know if it was something that I needed, but let me go ahead and just show you what I have. So this is what I ordered. I went ahead and got an electrical sprayer. It's 2 gallons. I already have a sprayer that's 2 gallons, but it is very heavy. And you know, I don't use it as much as I'd like to because it takes a lot of work to go ahead and pump it up. I have a lot of plants around here. So even though they're the same size, I'm really excited to have this. I've really been wanting one. I already own a few of the RYOBI tools, so I already have some batteries. This one came with the battery. I was just gonna go ahead and get the tool only, but for some reason, the one that came with the battery was cheaper. And normally that's not the case. I think it was just randomly on sale, so I'm glad I waited to go ahead and pick this up. So let's go ahead and unbox it and see what comes with this and get it all set up. So do y'all have a sprayer or do y'all have an electrical sprayer? I looked at some on Amazon, and the electric sprayers on Amazon looked like they were a little cheap, and I didn't want to buy one and have to replace it because, you know, they say buy it nice or buy it twice. So I'm really excited to have this. I really wish that Ego is one of my favorite companies, but they sell those at Lowe's. I really wanted to get one by Ego, but I don't think that they sell them because I really like their batteries and their entire system that they have. So let's see. Came with the manual. Probably won't be using it. And I don't know if you're familiar with RYOBI, but they make lawnmowers and other, you know, outdoor tools and outdoor tools and equipment that you can use. And the good thing about this is, yeah, it's electric, but you can use the same battery on a lot of different items. So for example, we have a drill, I have an edger, blower. I don't use some of the tools, but some of the tools I do use, and I love tools that are battery operated because it's so easy to take care of. For me, it's less maintenance. All you have to do is just keep everything charged up. And when you have multiple batteries, it makes the job even easier. This is what it looks like. So let's see here. So here's the battery. So here's the battery that it comes with. I already have some of these, like I mentioned, and I also have one that actually tells you how much charge you have on it. This one is not one of those. But like I said, it's always nice to have, hold on. Yeah. It's always nice to have the extra. So what do we have here? So this is a strap that you can use if you want to go ahead and carry it over your shoulder, because 2 gallons is very heavy and I don't plan on using this, but I also don't have plans to use it outdoors. I will be using this in my home and I really don't want to break nothing. So let me lay it down and see if I can just slide it out. Ooh. Okay. So I didn't break anything. So this is the sprayer. It's nice and sleek. It's slim, but you know, it's still wide. And here's the hose that comes attached to it. I've never had one of these, so this is my first time having an electrical one. But like I said, I have a manual one and it is a lot of work. So let's see. Okay, so this is how the top comes off. You just flip up the the clips on the side. Here is where you can go ahead and hook up the strap. It's a hook on both sides. Let me go ahead and I'm gonna close it back up so it doesn't accidentally drop and break. So here's the hose. It's wrapped around the top. And here is the nozzle. So the nozzle comes with some extra gaskets. And it's also one of the nozzles that you can push down and lock into place. So let's see. So you have to push it down and slide it up and it'll lock it. So if you want to continuously spray, look, I am excited. So I'm gonna go ahead and wrap that back up and just kind of see what else we have here. Okay. Uh-oh. Don't start this. And here's the sprayer. Well, yeah, this is the sprayer. Here's the nozzle tip. Lord, I'm afflicted. So here is the nozzle where the water or the solution that's in the tank actually comes out. That's pretty nice. It looks like it's maybe made of brass. Let me see if I can get a better shot here. Okay, and here's the connector end that you hook up to the hose. So I'm gonna go ahead and do that as well. Okay. And here is where you fill up the sprayer. And the cap for the sprayer is actually a measuring cup. So that's pretty handy because I don't know if you know that sometimes, let's see, it has ounces on here as well as milliliters, which is really dope. And it is part of the system, so you're not gonna lose it because I'm sure, you know, you need this to make sure that whatever's in the tank doesn't spill all over the place. And I really like this. The top of the machine here is where you can actually hook up the hose. Like when you're not using it, let me see how you do that. Let me take this off first and see how it fits on the top. So I went ahead and took this off. Let me go ahead and see. So let me go ahead and see how this goes on here. I actually had to look at the manual. So it just snaps right here. I didn't want to force anything because I didn't want to break it. I don't want to break it the first day that I have it because I'm really excited to use this and give it a try. So it just pops into place here. I don't really like how difficult it is to get it out. But let me go ahead and attach the hose because maybe it makes it a little easier to put the handle in place and take it out of place. I'm just screwing this on here. So I'm going to tell you right now, one thing I noticed with this device is that when you screw this piece on, I can still see the threads and I don't want to over screw it to where I can't take it off if I need to. But it feels pretty solid. I just noticed that a lot of the different pieces that are connecting this together, some of the connections I can still see the thread showing, which makes me a little worried about it leaking while you're using it. So I'm just gonna go ahead and make sure this piece is, it's kind of hard to do with these rings on, but I'm just gonna make sure the hose that's attached to the tank is screwed on all the way as well. Okay. So this is what it looks like when you disconnect the top from the bottom. It has this hose that's just connected to where you plug in the battery that goes directly into the tank. But let me go ahead and plug in the battery and just show you how you do that. So this is where you line up the battery. All right. This is interesting. This is a smaller battery. I do have bigger ones, but it's probably good to use this one so it doesn't make the overall unit more heavy to carry, but I have another 18-volt battery. It's about this, you know, it's like double the size as far as the bottom. It's a little thicker. So now I want to go ahead and try to see how it connects here. Okay. So this is what it looks like when you have the handle on it, if you have it just sitting around. That's kind of, I don't know, that sticks out a lot to me. And it's not too difficult to take it off, but I will probably just store it, I don't know, let's see. On my other one, I just kind of store it like this. But I guess I'm just gonna have to put it somewhere where it fits. Okay, wait a minute. Where the hose just fits on top. And there's actually some grooves on the side that kind of guide the hose to stay in place during storage is what I'm thinking. I did not look at the instruction manual, which I probably should do, but I'm really excited to try this, and I'm so happy to have it. So let me tell you a few things that are on the box that it claims that this pumper does. It's 2 gallons. It has an 18-volt battery. It sprays up to 40 gallons on 1 battery charge. No pumping is required. Of course, that's the whole reason why I purchased it. It also says that it's ideal to use with herbicides, insecticides, fungicides, and most other lawn and garden chemicals. So that's pretty much all I see on the box as far as some of the features, but the main reason why I bought it, I don't care about herbicides, anything. I'm gonna go ahead and put plant nutrients in here and fill the water up, and I'm gonna use it just to water my plants. So tell me what you think. Is this something that you would purchase? And if you are interested, let me know. I'll try to put the link in the description if you are interested. It is currently on sale right now. I'm kind of surprised that it didn't have maybe a better sale since, you know, we have a holiday right around the corner, 4th of July. So let me know, do you have one of these? Is this something you would use to go ahead and water your plants? And let me go ahead and show you what it looks like compared to the 2-gallon water sprayer that I already have. So here is the So here's the 2-gallon water sprayer that I currently use. This is a really, really good, solid water sprayer. The materials on it is really excellent. This plastic, it's not thin, it's not flimsy. It's very, very sturdy. You hear that? This thing is solid. And the one thing that I think makes this sprayer stand out from one of the other ones I've tried, which was it was a much cheaper sprayer. And I just grabbed it in Lowe's just to get one because I wanted to have one upstairs and one downstairs. You know, I didn't want to have to be lugging around this big water sprayer every time I wanted to use it. So this one has really good quality. The pump on it is so good. And also when you pump it up, it keeps the pressure for the water really well. It just takes a lot of pumping to use it, which, you know, it is 2 gallons. That is to be expected. And all of the parts, the valve release that releases the pressure so you can fill it up, works very well. I'm not gonna mess with it because right now you can see I just filled it up, and I'm not about to make anything pop and bust me in the face because it is under pressure. And the handle, let me see, and the handle also locks. So this is what the handle looks like. I don't know if you can see it. So after you pump it, you can turn and lock it, and it makes it a little easier to carry it around. But baby, this is heavy. Anytime I use it, if I have to take it upstairs, I get some help, to be honest with you. I get help. And Normally when I am using this upstairs, I try to fill it up upstairs. It's just not that easy to do it upstairs. I'd rather do it in the kitchen sink. You know, that's just my preference, but this is the one I already have and I love it. I got it on Amazon about 3 years ago, and it's just been holding up so well. It was a little pricey, but I'm sure the price has come down on this a lot, and you might even be able to find this, I don't know, what's this brand in maybe Lowe's or Home Depot, but this is great. It's just a lot for me, and I'm not as strong as I used to be, and I don't feel like killing myself to take care of my plants, because if I have to do too much work, guess what? I might skip a watering day or watering cycle, and it's too hot for me to be stressing my plants out like that, to be honest with you. So I'm gonna go ahead and fill this one up and lug it upstairs, and I might even see if I have to be ridiculous and use the strap, but the way the handle is, it seems like it's pretty ergonomic. It's not too bad. There is a button here at the top. I don't know what that's for. Maybe I should do my due diligence and read the instructions, but I don't know, we'll see. So let me go ahead and fill it up and try to give it a try. And that's one of the things that I recently picked up that I wanted to go ahead and share with you all. So let me know what you think. I am so excited.
Not that I don't want you here. It's something about the way you stare. I know that I don't make things clear. I fall for you every time I try to resist. We can get away. Come chase beach views and then every day. All I wanna hear is an episode that we play. Sit right next to you.
Okay, so I just watered all the plants in this area of my home, and I must say that I really enjoy using this sprayer. I need to clean off the lens because I can see some of the water on here from when I was trying to show you how it sprays, but all in all, I think it's really well. It's very powerful. I love that, and it makes it so much easier and so much quicker trying to go around and water my plants. I don't have to constantly pump the sprayer to get the pressure that I need to spray down all of the plants. I went ahead and watered some moss poles and watered all of my plants. So I highly recommend trying out an electric sprayer if you are interested. So yeah, that's all I have to say about the sprayer. So real quick, I'd like to give you a quick tour of some of the plants that I have on my patio. It's currently 95 degrees out here, and the feels like is 105. So let me go ahead and show you really quickly what some of my plants are looking like out on my patio. Hopefully you can't hear the air conditioners cutting on out here. I mean, everyone has it on and I expect nothing less. So let me go ahead and show you some of the plants that I have over here. First, I have my my Monstera Adansonii. This is the one that I found that I got on a discount at Lowe's, and she is out here in this really pretty white ceramic pot. She is in one of my clear pots, and I also gave her a, let me see, I also have her on a moss pole, so she is out here just chilling. Next, I have a philodendron strawberry shake that I had sitting in a window, and I went ahead, I had her in water rooting, and I went ahead and moved her over to some soil. She has a little rickety moss pole on her. And let me tell you something about these strawberry shakes, okay? She was pushing out some really tiny leaves, and then as soon as I put her out here, they started sizing up and her leaves stopped getting stuck into the Patio. And I'm 100% convinced, oh, look at that new leaf. That is so pretty. I'm convinced that this plant needs 120% humidity to go ahead and grow and be happy. I mean, it's possible to grow her indoors. I have done it, but she needs to be in a controlled environment where she can keep up some really good humidity. Next, I have my other plant that I got at Lowe's. I got this plant and the Adansonii on the same day at the same trip, and this is how she's doing. Nothing spectacular. I mean, to me, the most remarkable part of her is she's still here. She does dry out a lot, so I think I'm gonna have to take her out and maybe pot her soon. Next to her is a, what is this? I don't know what this is called, an Epipremnum pinnatum. And this baby right here, I had recently repotted her and put her into, she's in leca and she's on a moss pole. This leaf is browning a little bit on the white area, but that's okay. So this is her moss pole. Her leaves really started popping off out here. So this right here is her newest leaf. Like I said, she is in leca. She was a cutting that I had. And here's one of her original leaves. This is one of her original leaves from when I was propagating her. And here's another one of her original leaves as well. But all of these leaves right here are her newest ones that she has grown since I repotted her, and these were all grown outdoors. And this is another plant that I would say does very, very well outdoors because I get these colors on her when I grow her outside. I had one of her sisters growing out here, and she did the same thing. She had some decent sized leaves, but her variegation really popped off when I put her outdoors. Here I have a philodendron, I want to say it's like an El Rojo. Not sure. I got this plant on Facebook Marketplace. It was in soil. She is currently in, I think, an 8-inch pot. She's in one of my 8-inch pots. So this is what she looks like. She's reaching for the sun here. And all of these plants right here, you can see that they're reaching for the light, which is coming from over here. And so during the day, they get the dappled sun, but for the most part, the sun will get over here at a certain time of the day, and they have a short time to get some really direct sun, but I think it's the best for them so that they don't completely burn. They're not really supposed to be in direct light. They are house plants. But these are the plants that I have in this section. So next I have a baby Monstera here on a moss pole. She is very sparse. She's popping really, really well at the top. And this is what she's looking like. I have no idea what's going on with her. I would really like to take some time and propagate her. This is her moss pole. And she's been in this pot for a very long time. And this is her ceramic pot. These ceramic pots are very important to have your plants outdoors because when the wind picks up, I don't have a problem with my plants like tipping over. Some of them do, but those are the ones that I sit out here and kind of forget about them. So this is her. She started growing out of this. Let me see if you can see right here. She just started randomly shooting out of one of her stems and just started growing a whole new shoot, which is really weird. But these are her leaves, and I think she's doing very well. She's just doing her own thing, and like I said, I like to take some time and go ahead and chop her and propagate her. This is the mother plant for my other baby monstera that I have. This is my Dieffenbachia, and she is in a lechuza self-watering plant. A lechuza self-watering planter. She is in pond. So this plant does like to reach for the light, but this is not a plant that really can handle that lifestyle. But it's doing very good. It's in an area that stays shaded for the most part. And that is my Dieffenbachia plant. I actually repotted a piece that I cut and gave to my mom on my channel not too long ago. It was a short. So that's my Dieffenbachia. Here's what my plants look like from this side of the patio. On this side, the first plant I have is my Monstera. She's in a 10-inch net pot in a 5-gallon bucket of water. So the net pot stops about right here. She has roots growing really deep into the water reservoir. Next to her is my fake Monstera albo. She just pushed out this beautiful new leaf. I cannot believe how big it is. But here are some of her other leaves. So she's been out here sizing up okay. The only thing is sometimes she gets really dry. I think it's time for her to have a repot. So these are the two plants that I have on this side of my patio. And here is my biggest Monstera that I have. She is also in a net pot in a 5-gallon bucket. And she just got watered today, so she should be doing okay. She has a few new leaves. So this is one of her newest leaves. It's really soft, and she also just pushed out. She just pushed out this leaf here. And I did attempt to repot her on this channel, but the situation that I put her in, she did not like it whatsoever. So I had to go ahead and move her back into this net pot and repot her, but she's doing very well. She started growing a whole lot of new healthy roots. She still has some of her older leaves on her. Some of them are tattered, but some of them are looking okay for the most part. So the sun is playing just a little bit, but I'm just working through it. Hopefully you can see her leaves okay. She has one leaf here that is just chilling on a chair. So no one is sitting here all day, so I think she's gonna be, I think she's doing okay. Here's another one of her leaves from the other side of the patio. Let me walk around and show you what she looks like from the other side. So it's gonna be a little backlit from over here because the sun is coming from this side of the patio. So this is one of her leaves that is facing towards the patio. And here is a shot of her moss pole. It is a little bent. She took a little tumble when it was really windy out here before I moved her to this spot, but this spot is the best for her. She's really happy. She's not experiencing any burnt leaves. So this is my biggest Monstera. And here is my silver sword. I have recently showed her on this channel. And this is how she's doing. She's had a lot of new growth since I got her. I need to turn her a little bit because she is starting to lean this way from the side of the patio where the sun shines the brightest, which is the evening sun. She's also in an 8-inch ceramic pot. This pot is so beautiful. I got it from Home Depot last summer. It was on sale for 50% off, and it came with the plant stand as well. So this is the silver sword. So next to my silver sword is this Thai constellation. She was indoors in my rootsta, and she was growing okay, very slowly. She was actually pushing out little leaves like this that were coming out tattered. Half the leaf was missing. But ever since I moved her out here, she's been growing leaves like this. She also has a new leaf coming in right now. So this is what she's looking like. And like I said, these smaller leaves are the older leaves that she had growing indoors. And this is her newest leaf since I put her outside. I can't wait to see what this new leaf is gonna look like on her. And she is in, I wanna say she's in a 6-inch pot. This is an old pot that I found. This is an old pot that I found, I believe, at Lowe's a few years ago. I bought it for another plant, but I just went ahead and stuck her in there because it's really important to have these plants outdoors in a ceramic pot or they will flip over. And here is the next plant. This plant has really turned around this year. This is just another monstera that I have. She got a little too dry, and one of her newer leaves came out. You can tell she was dried up a little bit, but it came out a little bumped up because it looked like it got stuck in the patio while it was coming out. But that'll be okay. A lot of plants that are out here, a lot of plants that are outdoors are not going to always look cosmetically pleasing because, you know, they're out here in the elements, and sometimes some days it's hotter than others. And she also has another new leaf coming out here. She also has another leaf coming out here, and this one came out very, very nice. Look at that. So this is another monstera that I have on my patio. And she is beautiful. She was really, really tiny and really poor looking. But ever since I put her over here to get a little bit more sun, she's been doing great. She is also in a 10-inch net pot. But instead of putting her in a 5-gallon bucket, she's in a ceramic pot that I got from IKEA. And this ceramic pot doesn't have any drainage holes on the bottom, which is really good. I mean, of course it can't have drainage holes if it's in LECA, but she's doing great. I do have another tie that I want to go ahead and move on this table here. So maybe I'll get to that later. I do have some more plants that I want to repot in a little while, but I'm going to wait for the sun to go down a little bit. And I'm gonna try to sit some more plants here on this table. Right now on this table, I only have a mosquito candle that I light up every now and again when they get a little bad out here. But yeah, so these are the plants that I have on my patio that I can show you right now. And really quickly, if I can show you over here, if the sun stays still for 1 second, I have a Dark Lord cutting sitting out here in LECA, and it is in a clear bucket that I use to hold my my clear pots. And man, this plant didn't have any leaves on it when I put it out here, and look at it out here. Let me see if I can turn it. It's just been popping since I put it out here. So her leaves aren't as dark as they should be since she's outside and she's getting some pretty bright light. But I had to put her out here because I wanted to see her grow. And for some reason, she was struggling really bad inside. She's growing 2 new leaves. So I'm pretty proud of her. She's doing great. And this is my Dark Lord cutting. It's hard to see her pretty good because her leaves are going every which way, because in this area the light is coming from both sides. It's coming from here and all of, you know, this is all open, so she's getting a lot of indirect light. I don't know what happened to that leaf. Maybe she got stuck coming out. I'm not sure, but I've been keeping the water reservoir on this pot very high. So this is the pot. I've been keeping the water up to about right here. I mean, it is outside and she can't, and being in LECA, they can't go through any dry periods because of the heat. And here is another one of my ties that I moved outside. This plant is reaching backwards for the light, so I'm gonna try to move her real soon. But these are her newer leaves that have been growing since I put her out here, and she's sizing up very well. She's also, let me see if I can turn her. She's also on a moss pole, and this is one of the leaves that she had. This is one of the leaves that she had before I moved her outside, and she is not in LECA. She is in a chunky soil mix. And for this plant, I try to keep, her a nice little water reservoir in the bottom of her pot like she's in LECA, because I don't want her to dry out too bad. She is in a chunky mix. So this is my second tie out here, and hopefully her next leaf will maybe have some fenestrations or a little bit more speckled, more speckling on her leaves, but she's doing really good. And it seems like every time I give her a good drink of water, she just starts growing a new leaf. And these ties grow very, very slowly. But I'm gonna probably move her so she can, because I think she might be able to handle a little bit more light than I'm giving her. But yeah. Okay, so over here I have some plants that were not doing very well. I think they had a real bad spider mite infestation. So I just brought all of them out here. That one is yellowing. I just brought all of these plants out here to treat them and kind of keep an eye on them and make sure that the bugs are gone. And then once I give them one more treatment, I'm gonna go ahead and put them back inside. So they're just in a tub, a little tub, and I just come out here and spray them every so often. And this is a Burley Marks variegated. This was a philodendron Florida Ghost, but you can see right now all of the leaves are coming in. Well, this one's going out, but a lot of the leaves are coming in very, very green. I'll fix that. And then last, I have another Epiprinatum variegated, and this plant was doing horrible. I think it got attacked by some Thripianas inside, so she had to come out here because look at her leaves. I think they was getting tore up. But since she's been out here, I've been keeping an eye on her and treating her as well, and she has pushed out this all white leaf. I mean, it is so beautiful. I know it's not gonna last, but I think this is a sign that the plant is trying to bounce back from whatever happened to it. Like, look at all of these leaves. All of them just left the party. So this is one of my Epiprinatum variegated plants, and I showed you another piece of this plant earlier, and that cutting actually came from this plant when it was doing really well. So I'm glad I got a good piece of it before it got attacked by some thrips or whatever it was. But I'm pretty sure it was thrips, because I don't think anything else would have just quickly took this plant out like it did. I mean, it just started dropping leaves crazy out of nowhere. So these are the plants over here. And that is all I have for my little tour of the plants on my patio. So that's all I have for this small tour of the few plants that I have on my patio. I hope you enjoyed it. Let me know what you think about some of the plants that I have out here. Remember, I am in Texas and we are in the hundreds, so they are out here fighting for their life, and I think that they all are doing okay considering how hot it is. So that's all I have for this video. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.